episode 10?
I think so.
Episode 10.
Yes.
My podcast, His Man Cave. I'm Glenn Stewart.
I'm Jonny Gates.
Yeah, we got a band with us today.
Yeah. We like to start things traditionally with a toast. And so if you'll raise whatever you're drinking.
I've got beer. It's root beer, but I've got beer.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
There once
whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, if my ear were a pussy, I'd fuck it. Cheers.
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 Opa. We have a lot of those that we do throughout the show.
I thought you were doing a chant. That's why I started to go behind you. That's why. Sorry about that.
You're all right.
The chant.
If
there once was a man from Nantucket, and we were supposed to repeat it like it was.
If we all had $1 for every time Rueben was mistaken for starting a cult.
I appreciate it because I've grown up hearing that.
Yeah.
There once was a man from Mass whose balls were made out of brass, and stormy weather they both clank together, and lightning shoots out of his ass. That was the other one.
Dirty limericks are some of my favorites for sure.
My dad was that guy. Like we had a sign behind the toilet that said, "My aim is to keep this bathroom clean. Your aim will help." You know, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit type stuff.
Yeah.
That was my
Women
dad's the
don't
hippie.
find you handsome, at least let them find you handy.
Yeah, shit like
I
that.
think that's red-green, but whatever.
My mom just leaves notes around there that says, "I'm not your fucking mom."
Jesus.
That's it. Like at her work. Your mom doesn't fucking work here.
Laundry.
She had a tumor removed before you go ahead and start that. Before you start asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
She came out good, guys. She's been bitching for 2 days.
Good.
That's how we know she's on the road to recovery.
How's her boyfriend that's missing the tooth?
Oh, that's her husband.
Oh, that's right. They got married. They asked me to do it, and I politely declined.
Well, when they got married the first time, I wrote no takebacks. So there you go.
Wow.
And he took back. So he broke the rules. She married number 5 twice.
Rule breaker.
So what'd they ask you to do?
He performed my wedding.
Yeah, I'm
Are you a JOP?
I'm a officiate. How do you say it?
Officiant?
Yeah, I can do that in the state of
I can
That's
do that in
cool.
the state of Louisiana.
Well,
I did it as a joke, and then it came in handy one day.
Well, too bad me and my wife are already married. I'd have him marry us real quick.
He did a really good job at my wedding.
You did.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you? Do you? Yes.
I really think
All
you did a
right,
great
let's get
job. You
the fuck
know,
outta
like,
here.
Like, I don't know. I felt like...
You know who didn't do a great job? Beth in the Encyclopedia of Vowels. Did you? Oh my God! I love my wife to death, but in the middle of
That's
that,
what she told me.
Jesus Christ, it was literally like a page and a half of the like the first. It covered it, just kept covering the same shit
And then
over.
after the wedding, she tried to bully. She's like, "You didn't have to say the whole thing." I was like, "No, I asked you."
Yeah.
And that's what you said.
And I didn't have a foot to stand on there because I told him, I'm like, whatever she told you to do, do
Yeah.
it. But even in the middle of it, you just hear me go, "Good God!" Like,
And I was like, I'm
I
sorry,
love
man,
you
that's
through
what
and through.
no, it was like, "I promise that I'll be good and faithful," and then it just reworded it.
Look, man, I mean, you know, she just wanted to make sure that you understood what was going down. Like,
Yeah.
Badcock is now on lock. All right?
Oh yeah, it is.
What would you like to introduce our guest?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We got Opossum, where art thou?
Sound a little more enthusiastic.
We got Opossum, where art thou?
Oh, possum.
You got Jerrod Phillips,
That's me.
Slippery Dan, and Rueben Wright.
Hello.
Thank you for doing the names. I would have not gotten them right. I'd have called him Dave.
Dave.
I'd have been like,
Dave
Oh,
over here.
Slippery Dave.
Crunchy Dave.
Crunchy Dave.
Jeffrey and Ryan
Crunchy
over
Dave.
here.
That would be a terrible name, Crunchy Dave.
Crunchy Dave. How'd you get the nickname Crunchy Dave? Well, it all started when my shower broke.
Sounds like a side order at Wendy's.
A Crunchy Dave. It does. That's beautiful.
They like to throw Dave's name into things.
Don't be
I
a
was talking
Dave,
about Wendy's
Dave.
today. I was thinking about how I work in food service because I'm a musician, so that's what I do.
Yeah.
Because I like to also do drugs. Sorry, Mom.
Oh, cause she doesn't know.
Hey, I'm gonna
No
share this
idea.
on the book, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, my son," and then she's gonna watch it and be like, "Oh, my son."
Oh, my son talks about doing drugs.
So you remember that story I told you about me waking up at the bottom of a stairwell,
Vaguely.
holding a trash can just fully exposed?
Yeah.
It was his mom that found me.
Oh.
She's
Son,
like,
you need to get up.
No, she's like, "Did you have a good night?" She was really sweet. Grabbed the trash can. Then she's like, "Oh, your dick's hanging out." Like, I mean, that was about it.
That happens.
She didn't judge me.
She judged your
No,
penis.
she judged him for having friends.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
She also judged his penis.
Well, I want to go on the record by saying that Jerrod's mom is a real sweetheart. Like
She's his mom. He has one of the greatest moms on the planet.
big heart.
I
met his
I enjoy
grandmother
her.
and great grandmother
Yeah.
as well.
She's
While she
dead
was
now.
still, yeah, she is. God bless her.
She's
Too bad.
old Volney. What a name, right?
We delivered to a lady the other day that was having her 114th birthday.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
long.
the
I'll
dog,
never live that long.
fucking
the
long.
granddaughter called, I think it's who it was, and it was like, "Look, I'm out of town, and this is what I want to do." And I was reading the note, and I was like, "Hold on, does this say that this lady's turning 114?" She was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, we're gonna get a balloon. I don't know what it's gonna say. I don't know if they have one that's like old as fuck."
Going to the dollar store.
Yeah, but we sent the driver, and the driver went and got a balloon. It was awesome. So, but we didn't get to meet the lady.
That made it sound like she's 114. You were bringing her a balloon because it's the state fair.
That's her fucking birthday, asshole.
And then we brought her a hot air
What is it
balloon.
that you do where you just deliver people balloons?
Oh, and I deliver food typically. I work for on-the-go delivery. Yeah,
I
you've
feel
seen
like
my
this is
card.
you
Oh,
coming
you've
to
seen.
my
Oh, you've
store.
seen me coming to your store plenty of times.
Because you're trying to get us.
Because I'm trying to get you guys as one of my restaurant partners. No, I don't want y'all to leave anybody. I just want y'all to join me.
Yeah, we were actually just talking about this the other day. Why
I have
his
no control
restaurant
over that,
isn't
okay?
on the go.
We use the W people.
I understand. You can say their name. It's not. Oh, I'm gonna throw up a little bit. Sorry.
I don't want to use their name.
No, I'm not
I
mad
just
at you.
say on the go delivery. A lot.
Yeah, on the go delivery,
Have I
on the go
talked about
delivery.
on-the-go
Have we talked about how
You can
quick
see
their
that me and
service
You don't know
is?
shit about this.
No,
Just,
I
me and
don't know.
so yeah, like we'll just sit. Let's just stare at each other, Ruben.
I talked to a couple of state senators today.
How was that?
Yeah.
It was lame. A bunch of liars.
By the
Assholes.
way,
I believe that.
I just want
Yeah,
you to
amen.
know that I am so thankful every day that I get to hear your voice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, telling me where the wrecks aren't.
Yeah.
That's
No,
you.
That's me. I'm the
That's
traffic guy.
you.
Yeah, and you tell us where cops are running radar.
Oh,
you
no,
don't
that's
do
not
that.
you.
That's the other guys.
Can I?
Which
Can you not do that?
Can
Are you
I
not
ask-
allowed to do that?
Can I ask
We're
you?
not allowed to do that now. See, at the other place that I used to work, they were like, tell them where the cops are running radar all the time. And at this place, they're like, no, don't do that.
So
Because it's a lot.
I
it's a
do.
lot more
I
white
do have a
people.
question. I don't think.
You know what I mean?
I do have a question for
Jerks.
you because I don't think you can answer it. Whatever happened to lane changer?
Oh, the lane changer, I think, was Steve Costello, and he moved to Kansas. He's a cool guy, Steve.
Well, no, I mean he's come to comedy shows and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah, I love
But
Steve.
I was just wondering-
He moved to Kansas.
I didn't. He moved. I didn't.
Yeah.
That's
No, it
not
was
a real
lane
name.
changer.
Lane changer.
Lane changer.
Lane changer.
Come on over here to the K94.
And I was asked specifically not to do funny traffic when I started doing
I know
traffic.
you told me about that because I was like, why aren't you funny? You're not
They
even.
told me not to be funny.
You're just
they
like-
specifically said, don't do it funny.
Wait, was Lane
Can I?
funny?
No, it was. I don't know if you'd call it funny. He'd be like, "There's a jam up over there on 49. This is your boy." Lane
he did it in a funny voice. Like that's
No, he
there's very-
didn't. He did it in a ghetto black voice. Is what he did.
Maybe
I'll
it
just
was,
clear some shit
All
up.
right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you guys what's going down over there on the
Similar.
Cooper Road.
See, yeah,
The Cooper Road,
Can I-
there's a fire
I
truck.
do have one question. Another one that's it's traffic related. Every morning that I've heard your voice, there's a little bit of a holdup on around Swan Lake and Shed. Where the fuck are you? Because I go. That's the way.
Google Maps
Right, but
tells me that.
Well, see, here's the problem. I go. That's the way I get to work. Never a fucking problem. Not one motherfucking time
Huh.
have I ever been like, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be really late to work, and then I'm not
I think we're about to get somebody else doing the traffic.
because that guy's.
Because now I'm running this 3-hour show
Oh,
on top of
shit.
having to do
What?
live traffic, and I can't have the hotline in there with me to answer it.
What
So-
show are you doing? If you can talk about it.
Probably not.
Okay, well then never,
Oh,
never mind.
mind.
We won't try to edit that out in post. No,
Well, I mean, he didn't give out any secrets.
no, that's what I'm saying. We don't have to try to edit that out in post.
Yeah, because we didn't post it.
Huh.
Look,
Is
I'm
that
making
what that
shitty jokes like you do.
Oh no, my jokes are fire, son.
You'll
He
know.
got mad.
I've seen a couple
Look,
episodes. Johnny's pretty funny.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, is that what you're gonna go with? With the
No, I
noise
mean,
that he
you're funny
makes?
too, but I stand firmly in saying
I'm not-
that you
I'm
were
not-
funnier when you were fat. Okay.
Oh,
really?
yes.
Oh,
There you go.
that's what we're gonna go.
Fat
Well,
guys unite.
I'm gonna go ahead and fucking tell you this. I am not gaining the weight back to get fucking funny again.
I'm doing it for you.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah, me too.
after the show Saturday, Scooby, a local guy.
You?
No, Scooby the comic.
Scooby-Doo.
He comes up to me. He's like, he did this. He goes, Glenn, since you lost weight, people take you serious. He said, when you
It's
were
not good for a comic.
No, he goes, when you were big as shit, you could say anything you wanted to. He said, now you're just a moderately attractive man with a bad
Now you're
attitude.
just a white guy with a bad attitude.
Yeah, like
Moderately
that was-
attractive man with a bad attitude.
God.
That needs to be on a shirt.
He's like, when you tell people
You get
they're
that
ugly,
shirt
they're like,
printer.
oh, that's for real. Like, that's
Oh, he's being serious.
honest.
Honest. So I see you guys brought some guitars with y'all.
Yes,
We did.
What is that for?
Well, you know,
We were going to pick something out at
we are
some
a
point or
band.
another. Well, I guess whenever you guys want us to.
Oh, no, I have a question before you do
No,
that.
that's fine. I was just
There's-
trying to spark conversation is what I was doing.
Well,
got,
I mean,
got a couple of Opossum originals we're going to crank out. for you.
Man,
Oh, that's good.
awesome.
Opossum originals
What-
slash parodies.
So that
What is it?
parody
I'm
too.
sorry, but what is it? What would it that the Folsom Prison Blues song? Can y'all play that?
Probably not because you don't own the.
Yeah,
rights.
I was wondering how that worked.
Yeah, probably when you post
It's your
it
podcast.
probably when you post it to the tube, they're gonna be like, "Nah, dog."
I know on the radio I can't do. It has to be either parody or original.
Yeah, so
and that's what we came with.
Yeah.
hey, no, I'm down with that. I was just
We
curious
are
because that
at
I
our
loved.
core,
I loved.
absolutely a cover band for the most part.
Well,
Yeah, we
I
have some
loved what
original
y'all
songs,
did.
but you know.
well, so what was the name controversy with the oh?
Oh,
Oh.
So like we are, like I said, we are one of the most banned acts in Shreveport. It's only been 2 places that we've been banned from, but that's
Yeah.
more places than I've ever been banned from in my musical
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's true.
and Opossum or Heart Thou. I don't know what it is about this group, but we rub people the wrong way.
Y'all rub people the wrong way.
And we're
So
fine
like we
with
were
it.
invited to play the first time we got. I can't really say we were banned from this place, but we will never play. They said that we will never play there again.
Yeah.
I was invited back to play a solo show, but not the rest of it.
Right now, yeah.
But yeah, we played at the Port Grill, which is a great restaurant. You know, check it out. Shout out to Ryan Hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a good time, good food. But you know, it
Not
wasn't
the
our
right crowd for
crowd.
us. Not the right crowd
Wasn't
for
our
us at all.
crowd. And then the more recent times,
You know what's funny is I performed there and I was great. I'm as vulgar as they come, so I don't know what the fuck
it's a
happened.
I
punk
performed
show
there
for you,
too,
and,
yeah.
we were playing.
Well, we did play for just a few people in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
So there was just no traffic coming
That
into
that should be
place.
on your T-shirt. We played for a few people in a thunderstorm,
Nobody knows who we are.
Nobody knows.
but you're banned,
We were those-
regularly
But
banned.
the most recent time, we were supposed to go play out in where is it, Gloucester?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is what I think, Gloucester, at
Out in the middle of a pasture.
this guy named Tilden Gillum.
What is it, a
who
graduation
I used
party?
me and Dan actually used to be in his band, the Tilden Gillum band.
It was a good paid gig.
Yeah, it was a good paying gig, you know. But ultimately, you know, he parted ways with us after he got what he needed out of us, I guess. Anyway, so surprisingly, he asked.
It was so weird. They hit me up, and I thought it was some kind of joke or a trap because I'm paranoid. You know, I was like, I didn't know they left
And he
on the
knows
best
the history,
terms,
like
you know,
about like us and
but,
a couple of
yeah.
our other friends, like you know Steven and
Oh yeah,
both
oh,
the
yeah.
Stevens, Bhutan and Scott were
Yeah.
both also in that
Yeah,
band.
at some point.
Oh yeah, no. I was just watching it unfold on social media.
So anyway,
So
Is
was
that what-
everybody else.
I think I remember seeing
That's
this.
the one I used your picture and told
Yeah.
somebody to go buck themselves.
Yeah, and
So,
that's,
yeah.
yeah.
So he hit up Rueben and invited us to come play at what he called Pasture Fest, which let me go ahead and in case you think that sounds like a big festival, it's not. It's just in essentially his backyard
Yeah.
in Gloucester.
Well, it's
out there in the-
grassroots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real grassroots.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, slippery
He
D.
slips them in. But no, so yeah, they hit us up. We were, you know, really we were kind of excited, you know, playing with all these different groups. We don't get to play with groups because we don't play well with others. It's just the thing. And so they start posting promotional like pictures of everyone, and they found this flyer that was made by an owner of a bar that we play at, or a former owner of a bar that we play at, where Opossum was misspelled. And we had deleted that off of social media completely, that flyer. That flyer did not exist on social media. Somehow they found it
Not true.
and posted it.
I had a saved one from previous.
They had to have saved it. I hadn't seen it in ages. Either way, I was like, hey, you know, I sent them promotional pictures and everything, like stuff that they
But
could
they
use.
didn't use those.
They didn't use those. I don't know why. I messaged them. I was like, hey, that's an old flyer. And they basically said, oh, it's not that big a deal. We're making another flyer. They make the other flyer.
Spelled
And
the
then
same.
now it is O-L,
O-L,
Possum, where art thou?
T-H-O.
Yeah,
Oh.
just shortened.
I was like, okay, well, that's wrong too. So we made a joke, and we were like, we don't know who the fuck old Possum where art thou is, but we're gonna beat their ass and we're gonna take their spot at Pasture Fest. Everybody come out to Pasture Fest. It was a joke.
Oh, so you made a good fun about it.
Yeah.
You made a good fun.
Unfortunately, reading comprehension got in the way. Because the Gillums, well, you know, I hate to knock my home state, but they're from Oklahoma. And, you know, well,
One
they
thing
read
led
it
to
as-
they
another.
read it
We
as
were,
we
yeah.
were cussing at them and, like, making fun of them and, like, threatening them with violence, and that was absolutely not the case.
Yeah, totally misreading whatever.
So I went into Super One to do my grocery shopping, and when I came out, I got a text.
Shout out to Super One.
Shout out to Super One. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no,
That's
no.
where I
it's
go.
fine. No, you have no
No,
idea.
it's
We'll
not.
whore
I will
it out
take
for
'em
anybody.
all, yeah.
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 Dollar
Hey,
General,
hey,
holla at your boy.
I promise
Hey.
you, I will do Tampax
You guys need to do
commercials.
some barbecuing. Hit up the effing Super One, okay? Because they got some deals. Anyway, but yeah, I came out and I checked my phone and I got a message from Rueben. It's like, we got canceled, and I was like, what? And then I saw this post from Tilden saying, you know, that
Y'all were verbally aggressive.
said that he canceled us. You know, we were a
Yeah.
victim of the cancel culture.
We're Shreveport's
The cancel culture?
Yeah.
We were canceled. Opossum Arthur was canceled by
No, technically,
big shot Tilden Gillum.
technically, old possum wear though. I would have
Yes.
just fucking showed up and be like, no, I'll cancel those other
Well,
guys.
we got another gig instead because
Yeah, we
you
just-
know, nobody knows us,
Because we can get gigs in any hole in town.
but nobody knows us according to his wife,
It's a lot of people's philosophy in this town.
Is, whose wife?
Tilden Gillum.
Oh, so
She also takes shits in bathtubs, but that's another story.
what's another story for another day? Sounds like we got our next guest.
Oh, man.
We're making it easy.
I'm gonna get some nasty messages in my DMs.
Fuck the messages, man. You'll be all right.
It could be worse. I had a guy that tried to book me for a show, and he used a really old fat picture of me. And I was like, I don't know that guy. And then I sent him a picture of me now, and he's like, oh, well, we already made the flyer. So when I showed up, like, everybody thought I had cancer. Nobody wants to laugh at that guy.
Oh my God. Is he sick?
Oh no, he's terminally ill. Oh, we have to laugh.
Continuing to
Oh
smoke
my
cigarettes.
God.
Oh
He
my
was just
goodness.
giving Jeff
I
the
was
middle
out.
finger
Yeah,
here, guys.
I was outside smoking. This lady's like, "Oh
Such
my
a
God, you've
champion.
lost like a lot of weight." And I'm like I didn't even know. And then it dawned on me. And then Beth was like, "Man, they used a terrible picture of you." And it was, I should have had shirts and CDs that night. I'd have sold the fuck out of them.
Shit. We need to get our merch game.
I got you
You
on
telling
that.
me that you
I know
sent
where we
me
can get-
these pictures, but
I got you
I
too. Don't
have
worry.
Oh,
I got a guy that hit us up. Happens to be a friend of mine.
Oh, I was about to say, I know we can get a $20,000 T-shirt printer. If we pay cash, I can get it for $14,900.
Well, I'm gonna go.
Oh, 14.9. What a
It's
steal.
like a
What
legit.
a
It's. I got the email if you need to bring it up.
Yeah, you'd have to run a business.
Get it.
You would have
get
to.
it. You call the dude.
Yeah, I got a guy.
Oh,
I got
man.
a T-shirt printer guy.
Jared, you're gonna have to start getting on them old ladies. Start getting some money.
You know, I've known Jerrod for a real long time, You know, I knew him back when he was real broke, not just regular broke. And you know, he came up to me one day and he was like, he was serious. He was like, look, dude, I need money. I'm probably going to have to start sucking some dicks. I was like, for real? And he's like, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's easy work, and I'm just gonna go make that paper. Next morning he calls me up. He says, hey, let's go out to breakfast. I was like, all right. I mean, I'm gonna order a big breakfast if you're paying. And he said, that's cool. I made $450.05. I was like, what the fuck, dude? One night? That's amazing. Like that's great. But you know, that's great that you're making more money. But who? I gotta ask, like, which one of them gave you the 5 cents? He said, oh, all of them.
Man, Norm Macdonald is so proud right now.
Nickel dick.
Norm Macdonald.
I love Norm Macdonald jokes.
I know. Look,
I will drop a Norm Macdonald
9,001
joke.
dicks.
Yeah,
That's-
he did the math.
He did that. That's what he was doing over there, just clicking on his phone.
These motherfuckers came quick.
9,001.
See, I've also known Jerrod for a long time when he was super broke. And I remember one time, a long time ago, kids, buckle up, there was $100 missing from something in my house.
Uh-oh.
It couldn't have been me.
And if you go, and I will post a picture of it, I have a guitar that is still hanging in my room as retribution for $100 stolen.
And we're still friends.
And we're still good friends.
Hey, man, shit happens.
I hit him with a tree limb when I found out.
Yeah. Look, man.
Like-
times no, it's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse.
Being a thief is shitty unless you're stealing from like Walmart. I don't know if I can say that, but steal. From
Shout out.
Shout out to Walmart.
Walmart.
Shout out to Walmart and their return policy.
Shout out to Walmart. Steal from Walmart.
Oh,
You
man.
can't anymore. They've gotten fucking serious about that shit.
No,
because
technically-
we talked so much on the internet about
Technically-
how on a Sunday it was an all-you-can-steal buffet.
Oh man, we used to just walk around picking foods off and just eating them as we go, and then we would just leave.
I'm not gonna say this while we're recording because I know.
I'll edit it out. Go ahead.
Well, fuck you.
Huh.
I know exactly. No,
Edit it
but
right out in post.
but I got something specifically for you after this, where it's a stealing from Walmart thing.
I knew a guy that would return bricks.
It's not the bricks. I had a guy that
True story.
told me a story that he knew that he's got something a little wrong with him. And he was telling me that he got away with murder one day, not like legit murder,
Yeah.
but the young lady that was checking receipts had Down syndrome,
Oh.
and
Equal opportunity employer.
Yeah.
right, and that's great, but he's an equal opportunity thief, and he was like, she'll never catch me, and he was right.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
that's true.
Did she give chase?
No, she just looked at the receipt. He had a fucking 50-inch TV in there. And she's like, "Yep, have a nice day." And he got never mind. Oh, it doesn't make me a bad person. I just know the story.
Yeah.
Obviously,
That
the
doesn't
girl
make
needs
you a
to
bad
check the
person.
receipts
No.
better, you know?
Yeah, but never
Stuff.
mind. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Because the only thing I can do is put my foot in it at this point.
Yeah, I had a
the
pretty
sta-
good running gag with them. What was it? When I was a little kid, I was real young. I could get money from customer service anytime I wanted, as long as it was like $5 or $10 at a time.
Oh,
Just go swipe something and return it.
No, not
Alright.
even. Just tell them.
so
the
so
vending machine ain't
are y'all
true.
banned from
Oh, yeah,
Walmart
nice.
too? Like,
Yeah, we probably will be
No,
after
well,
this.
yeah.
Like, this is
When
it.
I was a kid-
No corporate gigs for you guys, huh?
Yeah, when I was a kid, all I wanted was a few dollars at a time. Like,
If
I'd
we
usually
ever do
get
get
$1,
famous,
$2 just to get a Hot Wheels
Come back
cart.
and haunt us.
I remember getting a Nintendo one year, and I had already had one, and my grandmother had gotten me one, and it was like, damn, this bitch don't listen, you know? So I took the old one back.
that's what you think about your grandma?
Yeah,
God, you're a piece of shit.
yeah, I mean, anyway.
God rest her soul.
Yeah, no, she's been dead for a long time. So anyway, love you, Granny. Not Mom's mom. Where's the camera? It's over there. Not Mom's mom. Love you.
Mom's.
So anyway, but I returned the old one that I had, kept the new one, and just bought a fucking load of games. It was great. Love Walmart and their return policy back
I
in the
don't
day.
see a problem with that. She'll never know the difference.
We were broke, like broke when we first had Jackson, like broke. Like you talking about being broke, but broke with two of us and a kid. And I mean, it was bad broke.
You ever seen his grocery bill?
I mean, have you ever seen mine?
Who, me?
Anyway, I went and bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare, $69 game. Got home and felt like shit because we really didn't have it. Like
Yes.
that was a lot. That's a lot of food and a lot of shit. So I was like, man, fuck it. I called. I won't say who I called, but I called and was like, hey, the game's not in the case. And they were like, well, come get another one. So I took them the case back. They were like, man, it happens all the time. People, cut the security tape, swipe them. They gave me one brand new in the thing. I took it to the Bossier location, got my money back, had the game and the cash. Felt bad about that, but you know what? We ate.
Yeah, well,
So,
and you got your game,
Got
which
your-
is
and I had my game, which is
really
almost
important.
as important as eating.
Almost.
Yeah, that was the Call of Duty that had the. Hey, hush.
Oh, it's a puppy.
That was the Call of
Oh.
Duty that had the airport scene where you shoot everybody up in the airport.
Okay, I remember that.
So yeah,
my.
I had to have that.
Can't do that anymore.
Oh man,
They won't let you shoot up an airport? Or?
not these days.
Not anymore, not these days.
Okay.
I can't say that they won't. let you.
Hey, what's up with
Who's a
these
puppy?
You can get through
Highly
security.
frowned
You can probably shoot up an airport.
The boys are
Oh
trying
my
to talk
God!
to
See, that's gonna come back. That's it.
No, we're not.
Now
doing
you're going to be
anymore.
banned from all major flights and within the country. Wonderful.
Nah.
So what made y'all decide on the name?
Okay, so we basically it was between this and what was the other one?
So okay, wait. So you, who's a puppy? Who's a good?
basically what happened is I got like a solo gig. Like I got that gig at Benny's, but I didn't want to do it by myself
Right.
because I didn't want to do it by myself. And so I hit you up and I was like, "Hey, you want to come and like do this
Do
gig?"
you think
with
we
me?
can
It's
make
like
2 hours out of the bullshit that we've been
Yeah.
playing for years? Yeah.
Because
Is that the first one I went to?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
I think it was awesome.
Was Dan there?
Yeah. No.
then-
No.
Yeah. If
No.
Dan wasn't there.
Yeah, Dan wasn't there.
Because we didn't have Dan until.
I think
a
Dan
few
was there
years later.
watching.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he went and watched.
I'm
I
sure
think
you
on,
were there.
on the
Yeah, but
on
not
the
like-
inaugural
but
show.
I started playing like on the second show or something.
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was like
It
the
was-
second
just
yeah,
like one
we had only
show.
done
We
one or
only
two
did like one
shows.
show without you.
But
Well, no,
either
that's-
way, we had a list of names that we had both come up with, and one that Jerrod came up with made me laugh the hardest, and it was Opossum, Where Art Thou? The other one, there was Paunchy and Lefto, because you were drunk while we were practicing, and Poncho and Lefty was one of the songs that we played. You were like, let's work on Paunchy and Lefto, and I was like, okay, that'll be the name.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
We'll be Paunchy and left.
That was, but it was one of the two. So
I see you and I have a lot in common. I was in a band once.
Nah.
The name that I pushed for was your mom. I mean, I could see the shirts, the marquee, the whole nine yards. What are y'all doing that? Man, we're going to see your mom. Oh,
see your
fuck
mom.
you, man. No,
live
I'm
at the
serious.
wheel well. your
Exactly.
mom.
That's-
Live at the
Like,
wheel.
it was brilliant and beautiful to me, and everybody else hated it.
Wheel well.
I mean, the shirts, I could sign them the whole
sells
9
itself,
yards.
really.
Yeah, it was great. But we had a song, and it never had a name. I always called it Wear Now, because that's how it. Wear Now. So I just let's play Wear Now, and then they'd be like, oh yeah, that one, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beth had a really great idea for merch. I asked her, I said, so should I do shirts or beer mugs or shot glasses or something like that? She's like, no, you should do panties. And I said,
That sounds like something your wife would say.
I said, what the? No, because I'm shocked as you were. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean panties? And she said, you should put the front of your face on the back. And on the back, it's the back of your, on the front, it's the back of your head. And it says, shit was so good, I ate my way through. Glenn Stewart
And
comedy.
his face is on the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, I like
That
it.
is.
Genius.
Opossum, Where Art Thou? Stealing that idea.
It's happening.
Yeah, but merch
Thanks,
is
Beth.
on the way. We do have a bunch of merch lined up to get.
Us too.
T-shirts, stickers,
Sweet.
Bar
Awesome.
rags,
I can't.
cock rags.
DJ
Cock rags.
You mean socks?
I mean,
They're not bar rags. They're wash rags.
Wash
Wash
rag.
rags.
Wash
Wash
rags.
rags.
I know what a
When we
wash
play
rag
sad
is.
songs.
Anytime there's a sad song played, it's a wash rag song.
Originally, when we started this band, I played a lot of sad songs.
You did.
Well, guys.
No, I think I played
I
the
have
most
manic
sad songs.
depression, and it's-
I've known y'all for a
also
long
sad
time, and
country songs are the shit.
that's
I
what I
love it,
listen
yeah.
to
Unless you're
write comedy.
sad.
Yeah, they're actually also even better when they're sad.
I
'cause
only
it's
write
like
comedy
commiserating.
to
Yeah.
sad country
You're
music.
right. That's great.
That's all I do is listen to the saddest country music, and then I can write comedy gold. It's the only way I'm happy is if everyone else is miserable.
That explains so much about his stand-up.
Also, a lot of Keith with it.
Oh man,
He drank himself to death.
to death all the
There's
way.
nothing more country than that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, unless you killed your dog. in a car track,
In
a car accident while you were drinking
You
yourself
wrecked
to
your
death.
you wrecked your truck into
Yeah.
your dog as your wife was leaving you.
There you
and
go.
then you drank yourself.
Yeah.
And you drank your fucking
As
self
you
to
were
death.
drinking
Where do you
yourself
guys
to
As you're
death.
drinking yourself.
As you were taking your final sip.
Have y'all ever heard that song? What is it, like little? It's about a baby shrimp.
I've heard the one about the baby shark.
No,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
No,
Love
that's
that
not.
song.
But basically, it's a baby shrimp that wants to move to the big city in New Orleans, and his parents are like, "That's a terrible idea." And then he gets caught, and he goes, and he doesn't make it.
No.
And
Not
the-
in New Orleans, nuh-uh.
The
No.
end.
That was a terrible.
No, the
Yeah,
end
New
of the
Orleans.
song is the mother shrimp mourning the loss of her baby shrimp because he wanted to be bigger than he thought he
Let's
was.
take a second to just remember all of our Shreveport friends that thought their lives were going to be better when they went to New Orleans.
That is what that
Oh.
story's about, ain't it? The moral of the story.
Some of them we've
Don't go
never
to
seen
Orleans.
again.
Yeah.
But they're still there, acting like they're having the best. Like they're in the big easy.
They're living their best lives.
Good for
The
them.
big sleazy. Holy shit. I'm not allowed back there.
I am.
So you're banned from New Orleans too.
That's
Hell
just
yeah.
me though.
Is it a personal ban?
I went to a Melvin show and shit got a little crazy.
It's okay. I can't go back to the Exacta Inn in Minden.
You shouldn't have been there in the fucking first place. What the
I went-
fuck's wrong with you?
I used to do the phone work.
I'm
at
from
that
Minden.
place.
Don't go to that place.
I did a comedy
You're
show
from there.
there.
Yeah.
You know about Minden.
I did a comedy show there, and I was unaware that Minden was still trapped in 1942.
Oh baby, yeah. They don't sell no alcohol or
dry.
nothing there.
So when I go in there, it is a room of 50 people, and there's 25 black people on the right of the room and 25
yeah.
white people on the left and 4 fucking empty tables in the middle.
sounds like
I'm the
Minden.
only white comic. I'm the headliner. And the last guy we've got coming up is Glenn. Glenn's not that bad, though, for a white guy. He told me to put some antlers on and run. So the white people are like, oh, yeah, he's down.
This is my kind of guy.
And the black people were like, we knew it.
we knew it.
And it was just 45.
Antlers on and run.
40 it was 45 minutes of
What
pure
an intro.
unadulterated silence, and then followed by me getting off stage, smoking a cigarette, and the guy going, you can't come back to Minden anymore. Like I'm like the entire
entire city?
town. Like
You're better off.
What if I need to get paint?
Minden a city or a town?
it's a
It's a city.
It's a city.
it's
Only
a,
because
been there.
Only because
How is it a city?
Only because it's the biggest toilet in the middle.
they
like,
have a
surrounded by
hospital.
just a swamp.
That's how.
Yeah, that's it.
Shout out to Minden.
Shout out to Minden.
They have a cobblestone main drag.
one
and-
way.
It's brick.
Whatever they
Yeah.
call they can call it's redneck
Cobblestones are
cobblestone.
I
so
slept with a
worse.
girl from Minden
Oh my
once.
You probably slept with more than one.
Yeah. you-
Cobblestone? That's weird.
Best paying gig I ever got in Minden was a friend of ours told me to do comedy. We got out there. Everybody was shit-faced by the time we showed up to this party, and I got paid to just stand there.
Nice.
Yeah, nobody was. Yeah.
No, because he's like, Glenn, they're not going to do comedy. And I was like, he's like, I don't know why we did. Here's your money.
Here's your money.
Thanks for showing up.
Respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's like, you drove all the way out here.
It's good stuff.
It's great.
Best paying gig ever.
No.
You could just stand there with a microphone
Tried.
silently and call
No.
it an art installation.
It was
sometime.
one of those things where everybody was
Performance
drunk and
Yes.
all of our friends were
You could.
playing, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
they were like, hi, any minute now we're going to get Glenn to do comedy. 4 hours later, Glenn was just standing there, and I'm like, any time y'all are ready. It didn't happen.
They were.
Worst thing that can happen to a comic is they yell, hey, we've got a local band, and they're going to do 2.5 fucking hours in front. Like if you two, like if I...
2.5 hours? There's no way.
Yeah. No.
Well,
Y'all
let me
couldn't
tell
fill
you about-
2.5 hours? Come on, Amy's.
Like
Well, let me-
separate pieces.
Let me
maybe.
tell you
Yeah.
about these fuckers in Pensacola. They went for 4, and that was the guy. That was the bar owner's surprise. Like, Glenn, I got a surprise for you. We got a band. You're gonna go, and you
Surprise!
and you're gonna go after them. 4 hours later, as I'm walking up, this lady goes, "Don't tell jokes. We just want you to be an asshole."
Consider it done, man.
2 hours.
Done.
2 hours later, my job was done.
Yeah.
Wow. Simple.
Simple, easy, effective.
Y'all should do a show at Pensacola. Y'all like it. They're real trashy.
Skull. Yeah, well, that's
I
our
feel
crowd.
like
Yeah.
I feel like
been
I'm
there.
Yeah.
In fact,
like,
shout out to Rocky's Bar. You need to get them there. Your crowd will
shout
love
out to
them.
White Trash.
Yeah,
Rocky's Bar.
Really. Can we say that anymore? White trash?
Yeah.
Yes,
can't say
it's
it on
white people. You can
Facebook.
say whatever you
I can
want.
say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want about white folks. It don't matter.
No, not on. I can't. Like anytime I type out the phrase "white trash" on Facebook, Zuck is like, no,
You
that's
can't-
hate speech.
Can't do that.
And I'm like, but I identify as that.
Yeah,
I now have a picture of a
going?
white
Goodbye.
garbage can. That's what I use.
that's
Oh,
beautiful.
Glenn's
Yeah.
out, guys.
Yeah, well, so
We
it's
bored
back
him.
to us.
Back to us. You know?
We just need to replace Facebook with something else.
What's a horrible
What do
Glenn
you
story that we can come up with while he's gone?
I mean, all he does is talk about losing weight. We can just talk about how conceited he is. We can just talk about he talks about how awesome he is and how good he is at this.
Okay,
and
so
good
there
he
was
is
a
at
there was a
that.
huge party. We used to have these huge Halloween parties out in South Shreveport.
Right.
Hundreds of people would show up till the cops started.
Trust
shutting
me,
us
he's
down.
told me he was awesome at planning parties. I'm just I'm just shitting on him.
shut it down.
I'm just trying to shit on him while he's not
I'm
in
sure,
here.
I'm
you know,
sure he
yeah,
did.
no.
But credit to him, like he built all the
built a lot
craziest
of cool
shit.
shit.
He
Yeah, he
built a
showed
lot
me some of
great
that
stuff.
artwork he did.
But so we're doing this thing. Oh, he's back. I'll keep going.
Yeah, keep
well,
going.
So we're doing this thing. The cops show up. One of the first people they talk to is Glenn, who is I think you were the tooth fairy this year. I think you were in a tutu, and had like fake teeth glued to your beard or some shit.
Adam soda
It was
in my
wild.
beer?
It was wild. But either way, they talked to Glenn first.
Me and Jerrod.
Or
were
no,
going
they
on
talked to me first. They talked to me first, and they said, hey, we need some of these cars moved off the street so a fire truck could fit through, understandably, in case there's a fucking fire. And so I look at Glenn, and I'm like, you're the loudest. You got to tell him that there's a fire truck, or, a fire truck has to be able to get through here, and the cops want them to move their cars.
This is
Glenn
like
stands
Friday
up
the Priest.
on this guillotine and
that we made.
yells out, hey, and points at the cops and says, these firefighters over here need some of y'all to move your cars off the street. And as soon as he called them firefighters, they went ape shit and was like, everybody get the fuck out of here now. Everybody
Apparently
out of this
that's
fucking house.
The
Get the
SPD
fuck
does
outta
not
here.
like.
Holy
Shout
shit.
shout out SPD.
Hey, shout out SPD. I'll take sponsors for my community service.
And then Jerrod was standing out front because you lived there at that point. Yeah,
I
you were
lived
living at
there.
that house.
This is the same.
Jared's standing
same
out
time as the
front.
priest.
Jared's standing out front, and I don't see you tell your part, and I'll tell them what I saw.
See, the thing
The
is,
thing is, I used to be a real bad alcoholic, so I don't really remember. But I remember.
One of the cops said something to you, and you just
and
replied to them.
essentially, I was probably like, "Fuck you, pig," or some shit.
no,
like
that's
that.
not what
You
happened.
did run away.
You asked him if
No,
he
they
wanted to
came
hear a
after
bird
him.
call.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He looks at the cop and says, "Do you want to hear a bird call?" And the cop's like, "What?" And he just starts screaming at the top of his lungs, running as fast as you've ever seen a human being try to get away from cops, yelling, "Cops! Cops! Cops!" Followed by the sound of this motherfucker.
I see him running. I see him running down the side of the house as fast as Jared can run.
And we
Which
is
is
mighty
worried me.
fast.
It immediately
like
worried
a
me.
huge tunnel.
And he's running through that tunnel. I see him coming, and I'm like, Jared, wait, why are you running? Do we all need to be running? What's happening? And he banks the corner, says nothing to me, goes inside of the house. The two cops bust out out of the tunnel and go, where is he? Where's who? He goes, where's the priest?
Oh,
He was
shit.
dressed as a priest. And I was like, I don't know, man. I
Halloween
just
party,
played dumb
man.
and drunk.
A lot of
Look
people
for
dressed
the little
free.
kids.
I don't know. And one of them just said, fuck it, it's not worth it. And they stormed off. Because there was only two of them.
Wow.
And then the other one was like, "Man, I really wanted to get that guy."
I wanted to try and get
They
that
wanted to
story
get
out
me.
while you were gone. I wanted to tell a story while you were out of the room.
Where
That's
did you
fine.
go?
Oh, y'all mentioned white trash and I had to piss.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because he can't hold his bladder.
There's not like
One here
there's
for
not a
white
bucket in here that we
trash.
can just piss in like during the. It's not like
No.
that would be hilarious.
Just
I mean,
as a piss
Usually when you ask
I
where
do
the
have a-
bathroom is, Jared just points to his face.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's into wet work, huh?
Right. Yeah.
He likes the
Well,
water.
I'm glad you
sports.
could tell that story. I would never. You do whatever you need to. I sit here and do.
Great story.
It's a
I'm glad he
wonderful
told
story.
me.
Called a couple of cops, firefighters, and they lost
These
their
two
fucking minds.
motherfuckers also, one time I was dressed as Rooster Cogburn, and these two are playing fuck the police while the
The
cops,
cops
are...
used to show up to every one of those parties.
Well, this is the
Yeah.
one that was at like
They were
out in the middle of the
expecting it
woods.
every year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like they
After a
started.
while.
We started seeing them like a week before the party. They started like lining up around the neighborhood and shit. Like they knew.
Like, yep.
Where was this
They're at
at?
it again.
It was in the middle of Southern Hills, where you would have a respectable house party.
Seems legit.
Yeah, castle.
And before then, it had been done even way out in the country and still shut
Yeah,
down
that was
as
the
soon
Keith-
as the loud music
It didn't
The
get-
Keithville one was the fuck the police.
Yeah, but we
one.
didn't get
Yeah.
shut down because they can't step on holy ground.
It's huge piece of property, and they can't be there.
And I should have been arrested. We talked about that on the last podcast. Because they were like, yeah, Glenn should have been fucking arrested for that. Because, I mean, I was telling them I was a bona fide U.S. Marshal and all kinds of shit. I was
I
dressed
forgot about that.
I was dressed as Rooster Cogburn. I showed him my badge and my gun it was a realistic looking BB gun that looked like a 44. It was great.
It was a real gun.
I went as a
It
state
had a real
trooper.
gun on it.
I went as a state trooper one year. I had a state police shirt, bulletproof vest, 40 caliber on my hip. I got in trouble for wearing that shirt at the casino once. They were like, "You're gonna have to change that."
That's that year we found that kid by the water.
Yes,
What?
with his
What?
clothes off and
Right.
freezing to death.
Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
tell me about
Yeah.
that.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
missed that.
so I'm walking as Rooster, and it's
Yeah.
like 30 degrees. You know, it always has
Yeah,
that
it
real
was-
cold
holy
spell. Yeah.
shit.
Well, there was a kid who his friends decided to ditch him, and so he was going to swim across that pond, and he tried, and
Wait,
he
he
didn't.
came to our party
Yes,
and his
and-
friends left him there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he's like at the time probably 17. Anyway,
Fucked up on alcohol, basically.
yeah, he was so.
Blind drunk.
Nice.
So when I found
you
him,
should be.
he was naked halfway in the lake. So I pull him out, and when I walk up, Jacob, his face just goes completely pale because I just have this naked kid,
Pulling him out.
Oh,
and I just drop him by this fucking barrel, and I'm like, I found this, and he's like, I'm dying, and he didn't.
Oh,
But yeah, he was like croaking with his last breath, like.
Yeah, like if I wouldn't have found him, he would have fucking died.
dude, that would have been the last party.
That would've been
the
it.
party that someone died at.
Well, if you look on back in the old in John's old pictures.
Yeah.
From that party, there's a picture of me walking up, and all you can see is just my silhouette, and it's just a bright light behind me, and that's right after I dropped that kid in front of that fucking fire pit. Because it was like, he's like, can you help me? And I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
no, we used to go big or go home.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Oldies.
Yeah.
I remember we sat in a tent, a bunch of us, and had, like, you know, how if you have a big enough smoking circle, you got a few things going at once in opposite directions. But we were all inside of a tent with like 3 or 4 different joints or bowls at a time.
Oh my God.
Shout out to drugs.
Oh,
No man,
Love-
dude.
love drugs.
Hotboxing a tent that got old quick.
You know what never got
We
old?
did it though.
Oh,
Whenever
yeah.
we would have
That was
those
a long
tent
time ago.
villages, and you would hear
last
the,
Thursday.
You'd hear that one fucking guy that gets laid but doesn't do it, and he's trying real hard to get it in the tent, and you have Jerrod's tent here and my tent here, and then you just, all it was is me and him like Statler and Waldorf and this poor bastard trying to get laid. You just be like, did you get it in? What are you doing
it in
over
there?
Drop it in there.
Y'all shut up!
Spit on it a little bit.
I'm never gonna get any.
It's never gonna happen.
It didn't.
It didn't. It was our fault.
They made sure of it.
It was our fault.
You in there pounding the pud? Is that what you doing?
What shit? You put your finger in there?
Yeah, no, that's this guy. He's got that sweet voice there, and it's cute.
Sure do got a mostly throwing on there, Mr. Paperboy.
Yeah.
Wonderful time. Y'all remember that one time that guy got pissed on? Were y'all at the, I think
it always changes who it was.
I still
That's
think
the
it was.
story.
I still think that Howdy pissed on somebody.
That's probably.
Nah, that makes sense.
How'd he do it?
All I know,
Shout out to Howdy.
shout out.
shout
All
out
I
to
know
my
is
boy Howdy. Yeah.
all I know is he somebody ran up and said, "Hey, I think I just pissed on somebody." 10 minutes later, somebody's like, "Hey, I think somebody just pissed on me," and they pissed every bit of alcohol on this person. This
Oh,
person.
man.
Hey, I think I just pissed on
So-
somebody.
Just
Hey, I think I
soaked
just got
with
pissed
urine.
on.
I've never been pissed. Well, by my kids, but
No,
not
I'm
by-
talking about this guy was soaked with urine. He lost a super soaker fight like nobody's. And I think that it wasn't just
And he wasn't like just standing there.
No,
he was passed out on the ground
Somewhere.
in some tall grass.
Yeah.
And someone walked to where they thought it would be private to piss outside.
See, but I don't think the
And
one person
pissed on the
pissed on
person
him.
in the
Yeah.
grass.
I think
Yeah.
that several people had pissed on him for hours.
I think it was he just
It
turned
was
into
Dewey.
the bathroom.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Sometimes when people drink, like, they take really big pisses.
That's true.
Do you remember?
Also-
Like,
Like, for instance, I've had 2 beers and I really have to take a huge leak.
Well, if you gotta pee, man.
And I'm about to go do that.
Go to
Yeah.
the yard.
But also, like, for real, like, maybe it was just, like, one huge, like,
piss.
beer piss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh man, I don't want to miss this.
Well, what
It's
about
gonna
the
keep
The
holding
person
it,
that
and
went and
then,
peed
they're finally
had
doing it, they're like,
FOMO.
and the other person's just so cold that they're
Fear
like,
of missing out.
that's
That's
warm.
right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that warm piss on me.
Oh, it feels so
or he
good.
just pissed himself, and then someone was like, "Man, you got piss all over you," and he's like, "Oh, someone pissed on me." That's what
Wait.
you say when you're busted and you got piss all over yourself.
Yeah.
You say, "Oh shit!
Oh
someone
shit!
must have
Someone pissed on me.
I
pissed
was
on my
taking a
pants."
nap in some long grass, and I guess some hippies were.
So
over
guys, I
peeing
just want to
outdoors.
admit something after all these years.
How's that?
2 people pissed on that guy.
Well, of course.
One of them was you. One of them was you.
I was gonna give an alternate.
Excellent.
I was gonna give an alternate theory to it. That maybe.
I'm glad we got
That is that. I'm glad that's cleared up after.
I
so
still don't
many-
know who it was, but it was one of those moments where you're midstream and you're like, oh, fuck, that's a person.
Guys, I got to tell you
But you
guys
can't
something.
stop. You
I got pissed on twice one night at a party that I didn't know anybody I was at.
Oh fuck.
Did this just come back full circle?
You're welcome.
Thank you. I needed
Sorry,
it.
Glenn pissed on you.
Well, it's okay.
And probably
And
Howdy.
Then probably.
You should probably be more worried about Howdy.
Yeah.
I've had a tetanus shot. So.
Okay. I don't think that's the right one.
Yeah,
Penicillin.
God damn, shit.
Penicillin.
How'd you get herpes in your eye? I don't really know.
Oh, castle party. That's what happened. Shit got awesome.
Shit got way too awesome.
I was at a party with this guy named Glenn. Oh, I heard he throws bomb-ass parties.
I was a part of a group that threw bomb-ass
It was a
parties.
He said it was
collective,
you.
A brain trust.
It's just you.
He
It's
said it
only
was all
just
you.
No, I will not take credit for that. I was the art director.
He said it was like that.
That's all I did was make monsters.
He said it was like the pee that went all over that guy. It's all urine. I'm sorry.
Look at him.
Look
You're
at
running
him.
him off with your fucking dad
My
jokes.
dad jokes are incredible.
Oh,
just
great.
Hit the,
Now
hit
it's
the
just-
button to exit. That's correct.
And now it's just us and Ruben's fat face.
Well, Ruben, you got anything with the traffic going on? No, that's cheesy. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, so Jerrod and Dan are planning on running off together. They might have just done it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. They
Been
seem
going
very
on
happy
It's been
together.
going on for a while. You
So
know?
are you just
I mean,
gonna have a
Mari's
band
going to
called-
be very upset. Dan's girlfriend.
Are you going to just have a band called Where?
Just where? Just where? Or just a question mark?
You know what's
That'll be
even-
like Prince.
What's going to be great is they can't get back in unless we let them back in.
I'd say we
Just go
don't.
on without them. Yep.
They're holding each other's wieners right now.
Oh, do you think that's what's happening?
Yeah, that's absolutely what's happening. They always go to the bathroom together.
Have you ever
I don't know what
noticed,
the
while
fuck it is.
since you wanted to talk about stuff when I wasn't here, did you ever notice that Dan has a very Rasputin quality
he's
about
like
him?
he's like country Rasputin.
Country
We've
Rasputin.
said that before. Yeah. He's-
Country, oh, dirty
He's always
dick
gonna
Dan.
cast a spell on us
Oh,
or some
dirty
shit.
dick. Slick.
Slick.
Slippery,
Slippery Dave.
slippery dickory dock.
Crunchy
Slick.
Dave.
Crunchy Dave.
That is fucking shit.
Man,
Yeah, I'm
No,
terrible
we
with
absolutely
names.
we love Dan. We're so glad that he wanted, because me and Jerrod have this thing. We can't play lead. Jerrod can play a little. I can't play any at all, and it's like we need some breaks because we were playing like 200 songs
Yeah.
and we couldn't keep up with all of them. So yeah, Dan stepped in. It's like, oh, I'll fill it out. You know.
Well, you know, I mean, and I think it's really, y'all have a great, y'all really do have, it's a lot of fun watching y'all perform.
We don't know of anyone who's doing anything quite like what we're doing.
No, and
Like,
it's
we
fucking
plan
enjoyable.
on keeping it that way. And I know we're terrible, awful people.
Why
Are you looking for a beer? Because I brought them here. Yeah.
How are you terrible and awful though? Because I find y'all to be delightful.
Oh sure. I mean, most people like you would.
Oh, you mean terrible and awful people? Okay.
I didn't realize he had already brought the beer over here.
Looked like he was walking off. How big is this room?
We'll edit it all out in post.
We'll edit it all out.
Let it out in post.
But no, I mean, so no, I don't see a lot of what y'all are doing, but I think y'all are doing great.
Yeah. We
Doing okay.
we
Not
like
too
doing
bad.
it. Yeah.
Hey, look, as a person who's gotten banned and bad press, there's no such thing.
There's no such
No.
thing. There really isn't.
No.
We got a
No.
lot of
That just
new
spreads the
views
word.
off of
Yeah,
our
honestly,
Pasture Fest controversy.
The Pasture Fest thing, like, they got us a lot of attention. Like, that was good press for us. Like, thanks, Tilden.
Yeah.
I'm
Big
gonna
ups.
have to thank him too, because that one picture I posted on that little little argument got like 56 likes in an hour. Like all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, look at me
here.
Look at me making a fucking funny. Look at that.
Look at that.
Right.
And not one credit to the cameraman.
Shout out to Jonny who took one great picture of a fat guy flipping a fucking camera off.
What I want you to know is that I knew that was going to capture you perfectly.
Yeah, everybody that knows me knows that my fuck you game is strong.
It's true.
It's the strongest game I've got.
Everybody but his wife.
Oh,
Man, I moved the camera off of us. Sorry, hold on, let me go back. Oh, no, damn.
Zing.
Man.
Zing.
Oh, he's good at them. If you've watched any of them, that's all he does is ride my coattails.
zingers.
He hated my stereotype joke. I thought it was great.
They didn't listen.
Oh.
I'm sure they'd get it.
I don't know what to say.
He was talking about stereotypes, and he was like, stereotypes. I was like, yeah, RCA, JVC. And then he's like, no, asshole. And then a few minutes later, it may have even been like 20 minutes later, you said, do you know why stereotypes hit so hard? And I just randomly said, because they usually have at least 45 watts per channel.
45 watts.
And he didn't like any of it. None of
Good
it.
stuff.
I got nothing out of him.
That's funny, Glenn.
Thank you.
That's what you should be doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Just-
Thank you.
Yeah, change it
Thank
up.
you.
Change it up and just I need to go and find one of those 1,000 dad joke books.
I've got one.
Read it every time I
I've
fucking
got one.
shit.
It's like 2020. Like that's what people are into.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
I got a calendar.
You know what
that's
they're
a
not
new joke every
into?
day.
The truth.
Yeah.
Or honesty.
I
Or
know.
opinions about their fat, disgusting, gross faces.
You know I have a complex about my fat, disgusting, gross face.
You know what I can't stand? Millennial. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus, here we go.
You are a millennial.
I know. Well, wouldn't that be ironic? Hey, by the way,
Don't you think?
don't make fun of the whole eyeliner and My Chemical Romance
Isn't
coming
that
back.
ironic? I love it. Yes.
You hear me?
What?
The My Chemical Romance. Saw you little fucking girl. I know this eyeliner was. I held this eyeliner for something.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, my first thought literally was whatever you posted, because I was like, oh my god, I can be hip again.
Did you hear that him and Rogan are cousins or something?
Who?
The My Chemical Romance lead singer and Joe Rogan are
I
like
know.
cousins.
Who knows?
I never got into that.
I heard that like yesterday afternoon.
Really?
That was
You
a
didn't?
setup for a
No
joke.
setup, no punchline.
I was too busy listening to G.G. Allen to listen
Yeah.
to My Chemical Romance, which, I mean, really, for Opossum, Where Art Thou, in my mind, the two biggest, like, influences that we use are the Rueben brothers and G.G. Allen. That's,
Pretty true.
yeah.
Yeah, G.G. Allen is like the patron saint of the band.
Yeah.
We learned enough chords learning how to play punk rock when we were growing up that now we just play
Country.
Country
It's the same thing,
It's the same thing.
except easier on our bodies
Yeah.
and voices.
Well, how do y'all feel about picking a tune? What do you think?
We can crank a couple out, I reckon.
You want to do that?
Let's
Do you want to do do you want to do tap water first?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll crank out the Opossum original.
Oh, you can't smoke and sing at the same time?
I can, but it's not a great look. I absolutely
And
can.
you were more prominently featured on this particular track.
That is true.
So
It's one I wrote before the Opossum days, really. Just when I was living on Dalzell and just being hungover all the time because I was drinking all the time. That's how
Good
it was.
times, good times.
And well, fuck it. It goes a little something like this. I've been on my 14th day, eating beans and rice, instant cornbread, Highland tap water, no ice, and I said, tap, tap, tap water, tap, tap, tap water, tap, tap, tap water, tap, 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 Highland tap water, why are you so good to me? I had a bad hangover, wasn't feeling very nice, and I knew the only cure was Highland tap water, no ice, and I said, tap, tap, tap water. Tap, tap, tap. Well, tap, tap, tap water. Tap, tap, tap. Highland tap water, why are you so good to me?
Slippery Dan.
advice. She said, for good luck, drink Highland tap water, no ice. And I said, tap, tap, tap water.
Tap, tap, tap.
Well, tap, tap, tap water.
Tap, tap, tap.
Highland tap water. Why are you so good to me? Thank you.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Thank you very much. Yeah, again, you can't beat a song about hangovers. Now, another big influence for Opossum Arthau is, of course, the show Hee Haw.
It's a great show.
Now, we basically, our show is kind of like a really filthy episode of Hee Haw. Just an yeah, and
jokes, some skits, lots of songs.
And, of course, we stole the best part from Hee Haw, which is the Where Oh Where Are You Tonight segment. And we turned it into our own kind of thing. And a lot of these are based on true stories, and the first one is definitely part of that. Well, I glued some mirrors upon our headboard so I could watch while we're making love. But since you left me, it sure ain't the same love. Now I just watch myself pulling my putt. Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Well, you drank and caroused like there was no tomorrow. Your morals as loose as the tie around my neck. Last Saturday night, we went to the square dance. The caller cried, "Hold down!" and you hit the deck.
Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone. Well, my best friend bet me that I couldn't score with a girl at the club, so I tried my luck. And next thing I know, I'm laying in a bathtub. Now I'm down a kidney and $25. Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone. This is a great one. Or are you going next? Okay. All right. Well, I miss having you down here on the ranch, dear. You were my angel, my little Bo Peep. But since you left me, it sure ain't the same love. Now I spend my evenings fucking the sheep. Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
This next one is absolutely based on a true story.
I can't wait.
Well, you were chock full of sexual frustration, so you called me up, I obliged to go down. But you didn't mention 'twas time for menstruation. Now it's the morning,
I look like a clown. Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone. Should I do the last one?
You should absolutely do it.
I should do the. All right,
oh my God.
all right. We'll do this one. This one's probably the worst. Well, I waited and waited till our wedding night, dear, to see your virgin flower so purty and fine. But when the night came, I lifted your dress up, and your gaping axe wound was all I could find. Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Hilarious. Oh.
Not for kids' parties, right?
No,
man.
I was going to try to get y'all to do my kid's birthday.
Oh, shit. That's
Yeah,
so
Now-
don't let us play that in church.
Now
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing it. Oh, man, that's great. My son will watch this, and he will laugh his ass off at that song. I promise
oh
you
my
that.
God, that was worth
That
it
is
so much.
fantastic, man. Dude, you guys, y'all's voices are fantastic.
Well, thanks.
I love that. I love, like, this is, when I was in a band, we didn't do much, like, but I learned how to play the drums with a guy that lived across the street from me. Mikey
yeah.
G, shout out to Mikey G.
Mikey G. Shout out.
He's my favorite guitar player because he's who I learned how to play the drums with, you know? But that's what we used to do is we would sit on the front porch. He'd play the acoustic. Sometimes I'd sing. Sometimes I'd play like a book because I was a drummer, you know. So it's just, man, I love an acoustic and live performances like this. This is fantastic. I really appreciate y'all coming and doing this.
No musical talent.
Jerrod actually has mirrors on his headboard, by the way.
Good job.
which he bought that,
broke
that
ours.
from
I
another
also ate
friend
a
of
girl
ours.
out on her period.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Woo.
Shout out to Lynette.
What's wrong with war? Ain't nothing wrong with war paint.
No, there is.
That was such a fun morning.
Blake can't handle
oh
it.
God, what?
What's happened to my mouth?
No, it was her.
Did a tooth come out?
No, it was her. She was like, "Did you go down on me last night?" I was like, yeah. And she was, "I'm on my period."
Wait.
So I immediately found like my headboard, and I was like,
Her turn to his mirrored headboard. Uh-oh.
If I'm not mistaken, that's twice though, right? Yeah, because you used.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I forgot about.
Oh, you
You
used
forgot about that,
somebody's
you blocked it
grandma's
out.
I
toothbrush
forgot
to.
about.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
High school.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What did you just say?
I blocked out a lot of terrible things from high
I
school.
don't want
Good
to
for
hear
you.
any more stories.
Good for you. That about wraps this up.
Well, that's this episode of his.
I just want you to know, Dan,
Man
how
Cave,
close
My
me
Pop,
and
whatever it is.
me and him are so close that I wrote a beautifully worded breakup letter for him and
Shout
put.
out to Lisa Attaway. All right.
Hey, Lisa. What's going on?
I
Hope everything's
Really
good.
Nice,
Glenn.
great Christian husband.
Glenn.
And I'm not him.
Glenn.
And I couldn't be happier, girl.
I put that under
Good
her
for you,
mom's
girl.
windshield wiper. It's like a
Aw.
2-page breakup letter. It was
Aw.
worded so well.
It was a good one.
Brings tears.
She opened it up, looked at part of it, was like, fuck this motherfucker, and threw it away.
No, she was touched, and then she found out I wrote
When she
it.
found out Glenn wrote it.
And
she was
then
less touched.
she
Then she was less touched.
She's like, ugh.
Which should be the name of one of your first albums, Less Touched.
I was thinking about that being my stand-up special.
Oh,
Less
man.
touched.
Well, you guys got any shows coming up that you're not
Yeah,
banned from yet?
We're
In the process of trying to
trying to get banned from another one. It's we're doing the holiday hootenanny at the bar on the 15th, November 15th.
What bar?
Which
the
one?
bar?
The bar.
The bar.
The bar on
It's a
Shreveport
bar
Barksdale.
called The Bar,
Yeah.
which is kind of confusing.
Is that like right
but
there by the?
Confusing
It's
and
off.
arrogant.
It's
at
off
the
of
same time.
Market.
We're also playing with.
Oh no, I know one of the bands we're playing with.
The
is-
LaRue's and somebody.
hold on.
Oh,
I-
I should probably look it up.
I'm looking it up. We're gonna plug it.
Yeah,
Let's plug
Yeah,
it.
y'all need to plug.
Let's
fuck-
plug
y'all
it,
gotta,
yeah.
Oh, by the way, while he's looking up that, you need to be plugging. You got a Facebook or anything?
We do. We have the Opossum Where Art Thou Facebook page. You look up Opossum Where Art Thou, and then you find it. and then you like it, and then you share it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Okay, yeah.
That's how it's done.
there we go. Okay,
Sorry,
the holiday
November-
hootenanny at the bar.
November 15th, the holiday hootenanny. It's going to be us, Magnolia May,
Magnolia Bay. That's what.
BJ Jones, and the State Line Shine, and
know a
the
BJ
LaRue's
Jones.
Trio. I know some people in Magnolia May. There's some homies of mine.
Cool.
Well, you guys
out
go
John
out and
Garcia.
see these guys.
Get out there.
We would
And
come and
we're-
see
we're
y'all.
working on some shows for
Strangely enough,
December.
two
you
of
know.
these bands we were supposed to play with at Pasture Fest.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
oddly enough.
Oh,
And
man.
also,
They won't know
look-
it, they're different
look
name.
for us playing at the Dove Tavern and Uncle Benny's. Those are our two main haunts. We're always there.
Where are they at?
They love us at Uncle
Uncle-
Benny's. And
Uncle
at the
Benny's
Dove.
I'm
is
gonna
Shreveport
fly-
Barksdale. It's hooked up to El Jimador,
Yeah, it
the
is.
Mexican
Yeah.
restaurant.
Okay,
It's-
yeah.
It's on the back of El
I know
Jimador.
Maria.
It's pronounced the Jimador.
The Jimador, yeah. And
it's-
Dove Tavern is on
I hate to break it to you, but
Market.
Centenary.
Centenary.
I write their
The
checks.
Jimador.
I'm pretty sure that I watched the fact that
We're always hanging out there.
I have ordered food from there.
I'll give you a promo code for the show's over. How's that?
Promo code.
Yeah, turn on your notifications. We
You guys have an app?
yeah, we do. OnTheGoDelivery.com.
Used to not have
On the
an
go. No, we've had an app for a while now, sir. So, for a long while, like probably 6 years.
Oh, really? I've
Yeah.
lived here for almost 6 years.
Well, look, if you get the
I've
app,
only ever done it like through the internet.
I'm gonna tell you, if you get the app, turn on the notifications, man. It's free delivery Friday every Friday. But
Delivery
you
Friday.
gotta have the notifications turned on. Sorry, I thought I was on KMJJ for a
Shout
second.
out to On The Go.
Man, shout out to On The Go. I'd wear a shirt, but he hadn't given me permission yet. So I got one right here.
I used to hand out Cokes for KMJJ.
Really?
Yeah, that was
I
my
used-
first radio job.
I
Hey,
used to
man.
hand out Coke for KMJ.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. My kind of gig.
Thank God you.
I got fired for doing it all.
He said that sounds right.
You cannot get drugs from anyone at KMJJ.
How long you been doing radio?
10 years.
Was that the only, like,
Well, look at his face. That's what he's got a face for.
Yeah, that's all I can do. That's
That's all I can do.
well, you definitely got a fantastic voice, all
Thank you.
three of y'all.
Yeah, you
for
are
real.
so great.
I
You have
really
it
like
on.
I really like Dan's verse about the kidney getting stolen.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, oh my God, that's my fan. Yeah, he wrote that late. Like we already had like a bunch of them written out, and then he came out with that one. It was like, shit, that's
It's
better
like,
than all the ones we
We're
have.
doing that on the podcast.
Fucking A, man. I'm glad y'all did it.
But
Yeah,
yeah, also look for shows in December, probably at Uncle Benny's and,
And
at,
the Dove.
at the Dove.
Waiting for you to get
waiting
back
for
to
some
me, Cody.
Crimba
Waiting for you
shows.
to get
Come
back
on,
to me,
Cody. Get back
Chelsea.
with them.
Chelsea, Cody, what's going on, guys?
What's happening, you
Get back
two?
to us.
Get on it.
And
They're busy
so
people,
you
you know.
guys need like a theme song, right?
Yes.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I was
Yes.
I'm
thinking,
sorry
like,
we didn't think about doing that earlier, but we'll have one for y'all
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah,
Awesome.
We
that's-
can record you a theme song.
That's
Dude, that'd
exactly
be fantastic.
What we need.
Absolutely. Oh, man, I just got goosebumps. I'm excited, man. You don't know.
We're gonna
I love it.
we'll go to King Studios and crank out
Studio, Kang.
Kang
Kang.
Over here.
Studios.
I also have a little like hip hop thing that I do.
Oh yeah,
aside from
plug it.
Also doing
Plug it.
this,
What is it?
Fresh
Fresh
Enterprise.
But yeah, me and the guy that plays drums, he lives like right over here.
It's like a block from here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dan's in that project too, and a horrible old fucking.
Whoa.
wrestler that I manage.
What's his name? Jesse?
No, Kyle.
Kyle.
El Chingador, you know who he is. He's a fucking.
I know there's another drummer
guy-
that lives
that guy
like
was a
2
douche.
blocks
I
from here
remember when
named
he
Jesse
emceed that fucking
that I
thing
know
with the thing and the
somewhat.
Yeah.
I probably know him.
I couldn't tell you the name of the band that he's in, but I know he's supposed to be a hell of a drummer. If that narrows it down.
That's what they all say.
Guy named Jesse. I couldn't tell you his last name.
Serotones you're talking about.
That sounds right now that you say that.
He's a big redhead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I did. You know, knowing Dan, he doesn't say a lot of bad things about people, but he's like, I thought he
Big
was,
redheaded
I
fuck.
thought that's what he was about to be like.
It's funny
He's
that
a
you-
big redheaded.
Yeah, he's-
fuck.
yeah, he's
Funny to
tall
me-
guy, glasses.
It's funny to me that you think that Dan
Yeah,
doesn't
I've been-
say bad things about
Yeah, I've been told he
I'm
is
talking
one
about
hell
like
of a drummer.
he's
Yeah,
got
there's
enough
plenty of
tact
bad
not to
things.
just blurt it out into the world. But I'm just saying, I just really thought that he was, you know, that redhead fucking no talent sack of shit.
Whoa,
He just went on his own
Jesus.
thing.
Holy
that's
shit.
That's where he thought he was.
That's
going.
not.
That's where I thought he was going.
I am
No,
not
it's
redheaded.
Endorsed by Opossum.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell the people?
Hang tail, raise hell. Come see Opossum. Where art thou? We'll probably be in Shreveport somewhere soon.
Fuck yeah.
At the bar, the 15th.
Find us on the book.
Holiday Hootenanny.
Facebook?
Find us on the Facebook
Like,
and like
share.
it. And if you get butthurt, like you can ban us from more places, and it'll just make us more
It'll
famous.
just make us more popular.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
I think
we're
that-
fucking outlaw country.
Well, you're never allowed back here.
That's not
We're
true.
banned
I
from
know.
here too.
Yeah, no, but hey, you're here. Let me. I'll put it on. I'll edit this out and post. But you're banned from here, motherfucker.
Yeah. Never come back.
Yeah, never again. You guys.
Never once.
Can't believe you fed my dogs treats. Jesus.
Well, I did let one of them lap up my piss when I was out there. But,
Hey, at least they didn't get in between your legs and you pissed on the back of their head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's
do that shit constantly.
Yeah.
Dogs like to do that. I don't know what the
Those
problem
two
is.
fucking things that I have are insane.
You just gotta kick like a donkey.
You know, if we keep going on
funny.
the road we're going, we're going to be banned from comedy places, every bar known to man, and I'm going to love every minute of that.
Great.
No, we don't.
I'm excited. It's just I love getting kicked out of places.
All right.
Trust me, you don't know what it feels like until it's like this hole in the wall.
Oh, I've been
fucking
kicked out of a
place,
place
and they're just
before,
like,
but-
we don't want you anymore, and you're like, oh,
I've been kicked out of places before, but it wasn't for comedy.
it's probably for trying to sell on the go.
No. Ooh, now that you say that, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you off air where it was.
Awesome.
So,
All right,
are we plugging anything? Because
we
I'd
have
love to go to y'all's show, but
we have a show Friday
the 15th. Womp womp.
in Mount Pleasant.
Texas.
Wow.
At a fish
boy.
hatchery, right?
At a fucking
A fish hatchery?
at
Oh,
a
man.
seafood
I'm wrong.
restaurant in Hoedown at the Mardi Gras.
I'm going to try their crawfish, see if
I'm
it's
not
worth
eating
shit.
shit there.
That's what I said. I mean, it's like, pecani sauce from New York. I mean,
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with
New
you.
York City.
If you don't
get a rope.
if we don't have to
Love those
fight
old
our
commercials. Get a rope.
Get a rope.
if we don't have to fucking fight our way out of this motherfucker,
What if I said Nuprin? Little,
like-
yellow, different. That's old commercials too, man. I love
like I
those
would
things.
like I'd be more in it. Like if we could if they could come with us just so I could guarantee we had to fight our way out, that'd be great.
They open.
You were good at that.
Oh, man.
Especially in a place like Mount Pleasant. It would
Well,
be
no,
easy.
like okay.
The name of the restaurant is Mardi Gras. You can catch us on the
So-
15th.
Fuck you. You're not even in Louisiana.
Oh, man.
I shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
Well-
sorry, Marty.
well,
Shout
no,
out
I
Mardi
mean,
Gras.
My
it's one
podcast
of those-
is Man
Love
Cave.
you,
Does not
Mardi
endorse
Gras.
anything that this man says.
That's not true. I endorse it.
Half of it. Fuck it. I'm with you.
Okay.
Right.
I back my guests too.
We're
They're
gonna go.
here.
We're going down with the fucking ship together. God damn it. That being said, no, Jerrod, it's one of those lovely like restaurant bars where they have like 8 miles of dance floor before you get to people.
I fucked
And
up and
that
showed
is-
him pictures.
I don't know if you know, that is wonderful for stand-up comedy. Nothing like being really intimate and not at all.
Yeah.
I'm polishing up.
Dance floor.
I'm
Hey,
polishing up my shit
Y'all
jokes.
want to hear some jokes? Sorry,
Oh, is there no microphone either?
probably not.
Probably not.
And I'm really banking on the fact. Oh, by the way, Moody wants us. He's like, yeah, y'all need to watch my movie, and
Oh yeah, the horror movie.
I guess
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
watch it.
know.
I'll watch it. I got
I'm
time.
I'm not gonna say until this show goes down. Based on that solely, if it's a fucking horror show we walk in Friday, then I'll know it's scary enough for me to watch this movie.
All right.
All right. Well, that's been episode 10 of my podcast, His Man Cave.
Hell yeah,
Please like
Your
and subscribe.
podcast,
my podcast.
Your man cave.
My Man Cave.
Because I know Glenn doesn't.
No, that's too nice, right?
Yeah.
Is
No,
that-
I
yeah.
have a man cave. There's a fucking race car in it.
You have a double white trip.
I have a slab, motherfucker.
I have a Jim Walter home. It's a fucking particle
Walter
board house,
manufactured home,
bitch.
baby.
Did they leave the axles under the house?
No.
Well, then
because
you're-
it's an actual.
Well, then you're fancy.
home.
You're fancy. Yeah.
But the irony is,
It just
I
uses
rent from my
quarter-inch
brother, and
sheetrock.
It's not mine. We're done.
All right.
Wes is
Bye,
on now. That
everybody.
makes
Yeah.
sense. I've been there.
Shout out to my brother.
All right. Shout out,
Shout
Wes.
out to Wes.
All right.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you
Oh,
guys
God.
for coming. I hope y'all had a
been a good
blast.
time.
We had a blast.
We'll write you guys a theme song and then come back and play it.
Fucking right. Welcome anytime.
Cool.
With or without this piece of shit.
Good.